Okay, welcome. It's good to see so many people in the room, and I guess my 4 minutes have started. So I want to talk about this tool called VoiceThread, and it's a tool that I've been using for a number of years in the K-12 education learning environment, but more recently now I've been using it at the higher ed level in the master's degree that I teach into through the School of Information Studies, and I've also been supporting other educators through the OLM process. Whoops, what happened there? Am I still sharing? Am I still sharing, Lynn? Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So in the higher ed level, looking at how VoiceThread can be applicable to the sorts of objectives we have in terms of teacher presence, student-to-student interaction, digital media, etc. So I've got some words there. Online. It's an online tool. It is what we call a Web 2.0 tool. It is accessible. It is via subscription. We've bought a handful of subscriptions to pilot this tool over the next 12 months. So. And I'll say this again at the end. If you're interested, let me know, and we can hook you into this. It is digital. It's very multimedia based. It's asynchronous communication, not so much synchronous. So you leave messages, you post things, other people come along and then post beside yours. It is about communication. It is about collaboration. It is about connecting with your students, connecting student to student, etc. Now, what I do, oops, wrong one, this one. What I've done in the past, and I'm about to set this up again for the class that I'm running this session, but this is material actually, these are screenshots from the 1660 session. This was a subject, a capstone subject for the master's degree where students had to do a case study research project. And what we did, every student had their own slides. So VoiceThread is like a series of slides that you can then add other media to. So students sent me their screenshots, their slides. I set them up in VoiceThread, doesn't take very long. And then we went in and we interacted with each of the student slides. So you can see there on the top left, I actually did an introduction to the VoiceThread, and then each student slide, students introduced their research project, their topic, people interacted, and students came and gave updates. Over the 6-week case study period, they gave updates. Now, the way that you can interact through VoiceThread is through text. You can see on the top right there, someone left a text message. You can leave an audio message. You can see Kath Herbert down bottom right there left an audio message in that particular instance, or you can leave a video like I did in the top left-hand corner there. So different ways. You can also upload a video from YouTube. So if you've already got a video and you want to do that, you can upload it. So VoiceThread is really an accessible tool. You can collaborate for anywhere, anytime, anywhere. It works really well on mobile devices, so you can use it on your iPad, your iPhone, etc. And it works with any web browser. They have a great blog with lots of examples and lots of key words on the blog, and many of them relevant to higher education. I was looking at yesterday, nursing education, for example, is one of the key words on the blog. You can go in and see what they've said about that. And there are other topics there as well. So it is right across all levels of education. So I'm thinking, the sort of things that you might like to think about it, to use it for in terms of teacher presence, doing presentations using VoiceThread for something different rather than CSU replay or Screencast-O-Matic. You might want to do it for, feedback from students. You might want to present something and ask students to feedback on each slide or whatever. Student interaction, of course, peer-to-peer, formative process of assessment, which is what I used it for. E-assessment, students individually could create a VoiceThread and present that as part of their assessment. Group work, of course, interaction, collaboration, visible evidence of that group work. Student debates, I have used it at the K to 12 level, well, perhaps not K, but more the 7 to 12 level in terms of online student debates that are asynchronous, but still have that formal debating format, and it works really well for that. You can share images and videos on slides. There are, as I said, there are multiple ways to interact. It has a lot of back-end controls, so you can control the access and the privacy, typical of Web 2.0. It's not immediately out there for everyone on the web to see. You have control of that. You can embed it, you can share it, you can send it out through an announcement, you can embed it into i2. The VoiceThread company organisation itself has wonderful free workshops and online training. They have a great online support and help desk. Now, some of the new features that have been coming through with VoiceThread, they've been featuring the use of VoiceThread for Pecha Kucha, which is that 20 slides, 20 seconds per slide. You can set the automatic timings. Ignite presentations, which is a slightly different format, but still that sort of within a certain time frame, certain number of seconds per slide. It's not using Flash anymore. If we've got some tech people listening in, it's actually moved away from Flash. So those of you who have issues with Flash on your computer or whatever, it's now using HTML5. So, Lynn, I think that's really all I wanted to say. I don't know if you're leaving room for questions. And there's my timer. Yay.
Good timing. Good timing. Well done.